am Noah. I am a visual artist from Artis.
I'm Amelia Tan. I'm in the Emerging Artist program.
I am Abraham and I'm a visual artist who brings out the invisibility of nature.
My name is Zulkhairi Lutfi. I'm painting some unique stuff, neither the real or imagination.
We started the Emerging Artists Mentorship Program for our young artists who are exploring a professional career in the arts. And just like any artist, the starting is always the hardest. And that's where we try to bring in established industry practitioners as mentors to not only help deepen their practice, but to bridge them to the wider contemporary arts scene. And this process often pushes them to try something different.
My mentor, Jesse, is able to try to check my artwork, but instead of the correct something, he wants me something to do more than correct. He wants me to make it more freedom and more creative.
He used to paint very painterly, like very washy kind of techniques. So I told him, if you want to improve on painting more even colors and make it more flat, and he do agree on it, and then he give a try, and then overall the artwork looks very more completed one, and he's also very happy about it. I also think that he has improved on his time management. He's well structured with how and when to paint, and also step by step following the way that he should be completed for this artwork. And he's very hardworking. By looking at the way how he paints, I think he's very into details, especially when you look at the buildings that he has painted. It's really, really not easy. For an artist like me, I wouldn't have noticed that kind of lines that it was appeared in the window that he captured. I think it's amazing.
I came up with this design after discussing with Mentor Leo. My Mentor Leo knows that I love to draw flowers and plants.
他的绘画天赋各方面，我觉得他已经是蛮成熟的。他有自己的一个很强烈的一个绘画的一个风格，所以说对我来说呢，在指导的时候呢，就先要了解他，因为像他们这些特殊的孩子，其实是他们更多的是需要通过我们跟他的交流以后，让他得到更多的肯定，或者说在一些处理方面得到一些提升。
Mentor Leo has taught me new art skills and tips. I learned to create the background of my artworks with design instead of just blending the colors. I also learned to do new overlapping techniques and composition of my artworks.
亚克力的拼图法是一个很难的，所以它的颜色调整的时候，它要选择那种对他来说比较纯的颜色，饱和度各方面都达到他的要求，他的整个的一个内心思想都是很纯净的，你会觉得他会打动，是有一种感染力在里面。我觉得整个社会要更多的给予这些孩子更多的包容跟鼓励，同时父母的付出也是非常之重要。他背后的家庭跟他的妈妈真的付出很多，支持了他对艺术的追求。
My mentor gave me good advice that helped me to improve on the compositions and color schemes. I learned a lot from her on how to draw viewers' attention to my painting and how to layer the colors.
For Abraham, the challenge is more to maybe to use more simplified words instead of complex terms. I need to actually dissect them into smaller, simple sentences so that he can better understand. And maybe showing examples, like examples of artists, the manner in which artists paint, or the kind of composition, the kind of colors used.
The biggest learning point from Lina is I had to do some research on other artists. For example, David Hockney, who paints on his computer and uses a lot of colors just like me. The another artist that inspired me is David Close, who paints the colors gradually from dark to light.
He's able to put all these items of different shapes and colors together, but still working it out into a very harmonious composition. And more interestingly, he's also playing a game with the audience in a sense. He actually wants the audience to seek out something. There's actually hidden elements inside these fruits or stones.
For me as an artist, I tend to be a bit of a perfectionist and I tend to focus too much on the details. Andy, as my mentor, taught me how to have fun in the creation process.
Amelia, she has been quite prolific in a very artistic way. But the thing is, making artwork is not just about technical skills. It's a very mental. So as I was preparing her to work on the triptych, she has to go into like a lot of herself to actually bring out as well to present the works.
The goal in the 3 paintings is to represent me and my friends. She will have to struggle a lot, especially in the second piece. But as she regains her balance, she's able to fly high and soar.
I kind of challenge her to actually move out of her comfort zone, especially in terms of the size of the artworks, like 1.4 by 1 meter.
I usually do small or medium-sized canvases, so it took a while for me to get used to it.
That's what the mentors are there for. You challenge the artists, you try to bring the best out of them, and sometimes because we just need a little bit of nudge. Once you move that step forward, then you start to see a few doors out. And then you just go forward.
Actually, as a disabled artist, the type of capacity development support they need is no different from a non-disabled artist. So ArtDis is an organization that champions the development of disabled artists and their practice in Singapore. And we want to provide these artists with access to the same capacity development opportunities as their non-disabled peers.
Perhaps their works is even more interesting than what we usually see in gallery. And I think looking at a different community in our society is something that is very meaningful.
I think there is not much of a difference between like an able young artist or a disabled young artist in terms of coaching. Both have their challenges.
If you're not focused and you're distracted versus like somebody like Amelia, when she's doing something, she's really focused. It's that care, that little special thing that actually sets them apart.
因为他们有阶层，这个才是艺术家真正需要的一些品质。
I hope that these artists are able to have viable and respectable careers as practicing artists in the same way as their non-disabled peers, where they are not judged by their disability but by the quality of the work and also the diversity of perspectives and the experiences that they bring into the space.
I hope that my hours will make people stop, look more closely, and appreciate what is often taken for granted.
I want people who see this work to have faith in ourselves and trust our abilities.
I wish to welcome everyone into my colorful world and see my ability, not my disability.
That the quote for the famous upper and star. The true sign in danger is not knowledge but imaginative.